episode 47.
I feel the faith rising.
Are you grabbing something, Nolan?
We are here.
Well, I can't show them on the YouTube.
Episode 47 of Failure at its Finest Hour. Welcome back. The majority of the gang is down horrendous.
Down with
just full of food.
This is like if we recorded an episode of, this is like a National Beer Day episode, but we recorded the episode before we actually started the real episode. This is like the beginning of what the end should have been last week.
Correct.
I feel like, because I am whole.
You've been on the fucking sauce all day though,
dude. Masters Sunday. Shout out to John Rahm for winning the Masters. I mean, this is a Tuesday release, so this is like fresh out of the oven.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a great day. I mean, of course, I feel like our listeners know by now that we record on Sunday nights. So it was a good day. God damn. It was a good day.
Shout out to the one other person who can relate to watching the Masters all day. That's probably your brother.
Come on. It was a good tournament.
I'm just kidding. I actually golf is the shit. We all
agree. It's like the one weekend where you don't have to be an actual fan, but it's just like, because the Masters is like the Super Bowl of golf.
Never watched it. I need to.
It's really exciting, and you need to you need to know the course a little bit to be able to get into it, because you need to know the holes, and like when they get to the holes. Yeah, it's just, you're just like, oh shit, they're on number 12. Like, this is a tough hole, par 3. It's gonna be fun, and it's a Super Bowl golf, so it was a lot of fun to watch it. Even though if you're not a golf fan, I know somebody had to. Bowl. Yeah, there you go. They had to.
It's like oddly satisfying to watch golf.
It is, and it's especially the Masters. I mean, the course is so nice. It was a shitty weekend for weather. It rained today and yesterday, but that course is just like in the middle of the goddamn woods, and it's such a green. I don't know. It's a nice course. It's a hard course. It's a lot of fun watching. But that's enough of golf, right?
Yeah, no, it is. It's plenty.
That's enough.
That's all we need. We're good.
Good amount.
Thank you for the golf report.
I guess the first thing, I mean, it's Easter Sunday.
Happy Easter.
Yeah, happy Easter.
Happy Easter, boys.
If you celebrate.
Happy Easter. Great day.
Yeah.
All right, Aaron, quit playing it off. Tell everyone the fucking news.
Come on, dude.
Your boy is locked in. Saturday.
Bum bum bum.
What an idiot!
I proposed to my long-term 6 years and some change girlfriend. Yesterday, and it was great. It was it's weird. Weird. The short-term memory loss. I could walk. I'll walk through you. I'll walk you guys through and the listeners through.
Say yes.
Yeah, she said yes. So, yeah, it just.
All right, time for Keno.
This is episode 47.
Yeah, I guess long and short of it, she kind of knew what was going on. I hung out with her the day before. Every time she was going to hang out with me before, she would prepare just in case. And the week, like last week, I wore like Vans and like kind of a nice shirt. We were going somewhere, and she kind of looked at me, was like skeptical, like, is this the
You ain't doing shit today, boy.
And I was like, look, if I proposed you wearing Vans, I'm sorry. But which I could have. I could have. Some big
Cookie Monster pajama pants.
Oh yeah, dude. Just lay it on thick, right?
The fat etnies.
So yesterday I showed up wearing her like favorite shirt that she picked out for me, a year ago or something. Not for this date, but whatever. And showed up in my like hard heeled, like nice leather boots. And she was upstairs, and I walked in, and my soles were clicking on the hardwood floors. And I think she knew then. I was like, okay. She came down and saw what I was wearing. And that was kind of a dead giveaway. So I told her we were going to go out to fucking Shoe Carnival, which is a place I've been trying to get some nice Nikes to wear. And I was like, hey, we should go out here. And I had some other plan that kind of like got derailed. And the point was Shoe Carnival was on the way towards this park that I was, that I'd kind of planned and had a photographer lined up. And
they were all just fucking staged there waiting for you.
No, it wasn't all that. And then we were on our way to this Shoe Carnival joint and just a shoe store. And
right.
I turned into the turn lane into this park real quickly, and I like slowly grinned as I was looking forward through the windshield, and I could see she had turned over and looked, and she knew that was when it was. So took a little hike, and I waited for the photographer to catch up because she was hyperventilating. And Tony, it's actually funny, a little badassery out of myself. I was really proud. You told me the morning of, I had sent it to the group chat, and you said, bring an extra shirt. And I said, no, I have ice in my veins. And not once did I freak out. My heart rate probably never got above 180 because it's normally 160 because I'm a fucking...
Get over 180.
Straight sloppy joes and fucking high lives.
Sloppy Joe.
So no, I got down on one knee, and I of course I got to have some style. All the boys in this crew have style, and I said, I gave her a little bit of a spiel and warmed her up with some kind words, and then I said, so, how's about forever? And she's like, yeah, I think I want to do that. And I was like,
yeah.
I was like, you think? I said it while I was sitting there. I was like, you think? I was like, how about will you marry me? She's like, yes. So I wasn't as cool as I tried to be, but yeah. And then we came back to her place. I had her friends. I threw a key under the mat, had her friends key into her house, and set up a bunch of food and champagne and shit, and had the boys over. We'd planned to smoke cigars, but just got kind of lost in the mix of calling everybody and talking to everybody, and yeah, it was fun. Gave her what she wanted, and I got the ring 3 weeks ago, like 20 days, and I sat on it for a while trying to figure things out, and that was my biggest advice I'll give to anybody else. Don't you get that fucking ring, you bring it to her in the fucking bag with the receipt, and you do it then, because it was brutal waiting that long. It was just stressful, and I got all this other shit. My taxes aren't done yet. I got tax fucking sheets.
Oh, tax day is
on my fucking
15th, eh?
15th or 17th. I don't even know when it is, but it's
coming up.
Bro, it takes 30 minutes to do them.
I normally do a CPA, and now they're charging
Turbo,
me
man.
$500, and I'm like, fuck it. This episode is sponsored by Intuit Turbo Tax.
I actually committed tax fraud for up to $150,000 this year.
That a boy, dude. You got you wrote it. You got 15 kids.
Thanks, man.
Live on a homestead.
Appreciate it. Yep.
So yeah, it was fun. It was awesome. Finally got a chance to fucking breathe after all that stress. Just
awesome.
The anticipation's the worst, right? My buddy Aaron texted me.
It is.
My buddy Aaron texted me. He's like asking's the
That's
hardest
the
part.
worst. Wait
Like,
till you're being married.
He's like, I don't know. He said getting married is actually the act of being up there is getting married is easier than asking, but the hardest part was asking her mom and her stepdad at a fucking breakfast joint. Tony was down that day. He came
at fucking
came
Denny's.
Yeah, pretty much the equivalent of it was a rinky dink Denny's. And, I could go on and on and on about it. And if you're a listener and you want to know, I guess just follow me on social media.
Since this podcast is sponsored by weddings, so you said the hardest part is to do it, and if that's true, like the anticipation of leading up to ask is like it's pretty hard,
pretty brutal.
But for me, just story time. Of course, all of you guys know the story because all of you guys were at my wedding. But Aaron, my advice to you is do not get destroyed the night before the wedding, and then wake up and then decide to do a 180-degree sauna in the morning.
No sauna ribs. No ribs in the sauna the night before.
You will find Jesus right before the wedding. I was so sick, and it sucks because like I love Molly, and I know it wasn't like nerves, but everyone wants to think that it was. But I swear to God, that sauna in the morning,
I remember I remember it vividly.
I was sick until like we started dancing at the reception.
Down
like even
tremendous.
on the bus, like even after the wedding, like at the church, like sure that's nervous because like you have to stand in front of all these people and do this shit. But like even after the wedding had gotten done, like in the party bus, like we're going to take our pictures. I felt so sick. It was just so don't take a sauna after getting fucked up the night before at the rehearsal.
Dude, I won't lie. The night before your wedding, when my wife pulled the plug at the party and we bounced, I was like, yeah, they're hitting her pretty fucking hard.
Oh my gosh, Dad had the keg and Luke, shout out to Luke. Luke fucking threw up at the rehearsal.
The sun was still up, and he was.
Yeah, he threw up on the bed where I was supposed to sleep.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, Kelly and I were like, yeah, we're not sleeping there. We slept on the middle of the fucking floor in the living room.
Oh my gosh.
So every time someone walked by us to do anything in the middle of the night, we get
you're a little gun shy.
People puking, just like all night. It was shit. It was
all night. I remember that.
And then fucking Eugene shitting behind the shed. That's probably another thing that you should probably try to
in the little league shed.
I remember showing up to the Airbnb to where everyone was at. I'm like, dude, what the fuck happened to you guys?
Yeah, I remember.
I remember in
the morning I went and I wasn't like hungover, but I had drunkenly ate ribs in the sauna. That same sauna.
What, dude? Hold on.
There was
there's saunas.
So we went to for all the listeners at Tony's rehearsal dinner. His father-in-law made these incredible ribs that he's known for.
Who killed the Easter Bunny today, by the way?
Yeah, we'll get into that in a second. But he made these ribs, all these sides. We were just drinking keg beer from like 3 p.m. until sundown, and then we're kind of like, okay, let's get her back to our Airbnb. Was just like, like we could walk essentially. So we were like, no. And I remember he was just desperate. He was like, no, we're going to turn it on tonight. And he was like pissed. He wasn't like bummed. He was like kind of upset that we just weren't turning it on. And we went back and we still drank and everyone was kind of winding down. I was tired, a little bit drunk. And, I remember there was those ribs in the refrigerator and I was like, I'm going to get a couple of those. So I grabbed a little plate, a little quarter rack, went down to the sauna and ate them in shame. And then I left the paper plate with the rib bones on there. I think Nick's probably
it was a mystery.
Nick's and I didn't say anything until like months later. And someone's like, dude, somebody had sauna ribs. And I was like, yeah, that was me. And everyone just lost their shit.
The plate. Yeah. So the next morning, not only were we getting up to, get ready for the wedding. And it was such an awesome time. Like everybody was over, like getting dressed, getting ready for the wedding. But then somebody had realized there was a plate of ribs, empty bones in the sauna. And like almost the whole weekend, it just turned into a mystery. It was a mystery. Who ate fucking ribs in the sauna? And no one knew. And like Aaron said, for like 2 months,
I just let it ride.
We didn't figure it out until 2 months later. Aaron fessed up. But sauna ribs, that was hilarious. Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, it was awesome. And then that was the same sauna that you guys found them.
My cousin crapped in it.
Oh, that's right. There's a little shitter in there, right?
No, he shit in the drain in the sauna.
Oh my!
It was a wild weekend. Yeah, my cousin. Yeah,
I remember that morning. I went out and yes, we had drank in that, but I didn't have a headache. It wasn't dizzy. It wasn't like anxiety, that sort of drink too much kind of feeling. But I remember just being like, oh my gosh, does anybody have any antacid? And I went to Settlers and got some. I had some and I was like, this ain't gonna do. So I went out and it was next to the little league field and I just chucked them and I came and I felt so much better and I was like, okay, yeah, I'm fine. I just sour stomach, whatever. Came back and I looked at, I think it was Chase Jenny, and I was like, where were you at? I was like, I found Jesus out in those woods. And he's like, I'm gonna use that from now on.
Yeah, I think everyone found Jesus that weekend. Not everyone, but quite a bit of us found Jesus that weekend.
So anyways, I actually had a text from Kipes after he sent me a message on Instagram about some band or some song. And I just said, hey, today's the day. All weekend or Friday night, Saturday morning, I was dropping people. I was like, hey, today's the day. And I didn't say anything more. It was like that. And everyone knew, which was cool. But which maybe is not cool. Maybe is means I waited too long. I guess 6 years is a little too much. Whatever. But Kipe's
Nah,
texted me.
You waited for the right time. Fuck
Text,
that.
Kipe's texted me at 10 a.m. today. He said, I can't wait to absolutely die at your bachelor party.
I can't wait for that YouTube video for the podcast.
I didn't even think about that, dude. There's going to be no... I think mics are just going to be on for like... We'll do like an hour. Just mics on, and whoever...
That'd be hilarious.
And whoever jumps in is going to jump in, and they're going to say whatever. And it's going to be an editing nightmare, I'm sure. Or we just do for the subscription. But
I was going to say, that'd be like prime time for like the subscription.
Yeah. It's going to be gnarly.
Yeah.
The last one.
What the fuck is Tony doing?
I don't know.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
What is he?
It's okay. It's all right. It's all right.
This episode will not make it to YouTube.
This episode is brought to you by Dude Wipes.
Charmin.
Did you see your dick and balls?
No. No, you didn't.
So
how many people can say that they listen to a podcast while somebody's taking a shit while they're doing the podcast?
Oh, I didn't know you're taking a shit. That's really nice, yeah.
I'm sure there's probably actually like quite a few podcasts that have had that happen before.
Well, add them to the list.
So, wow, let's jump like a little bit into something different. April 12th, which is this Wednesday, it'll be a day after the podcast airs, is National Licorice Day.
Yuck.
Which I know you guys all love black licorice like I do, right?
Oh gosh.
I love licorice.
Okay.
What the fuck? How do you like black licorice but you don't like truffles? Black truffle.
I mean, so black licorice is flavored with anise, A-N-I-S-E.
I don't give a fuck what it's flavored with. I don't.
It's flavored with
terrible.
And a lot of people, anise is used in several other forms of cooking.
What is
people that are like fucking 70?
Yeah, poison.
It's so funny that you guys. I grew up loving black licorice because my dad loved it, and he would always get the dots, the crows. I don't even know if they sell them anymore, but they were black licorice flavored.
That's
and
disgusting.
I think part of it is probably that he grew up liking all of the candy that his siblings. He grew up with like 10, siblings, so he probably grew up, taking the scraps out of what people didn't like. So he bestowed that upon me, not necessarily things that people don't like, but the leftovers, right? Leftovers in our fridge. Yes, I was an only child. I didn't have to share, but my dad kind of bestowed that upon me of like, oh no, there's leftovers in the fridge, and he'd cook them back up just like they were fresh. So I learned that.
Black licorice.
What does this have to do with black licorice?
Your dad cooked up
because it's the thing that nobody like. There's a lot of people that are our age that don't like leftovers. I'm making an analogy to leftovers. I'm making a comparison to leftovers.
How does that make black licorice good though?
Because in a fucking candy bag on Halloween, Chris, when your kids go trick or treating, they get a bunch of candy. There's a whole bunch of shit. The peanut butter Mary Janes.
They don't even give
fentanyl, dude. It's all fentanyl. Just fentanyl.
Fentanyl, razor blades. It's all shit. Like they're all like Chris has got a fucking full size metal detector over this bag.
High point 9mm pistol in my kid's Twix bar.
Oh my gosh. So, anyways, this bit is falling on deaf ears. So maybe we'll go to the next one.
No.
I do like normal licorice though, dude. Licorice is fucking the shit.
Yeah.
Keep going.
So another weird holiday. We're just gonna rip through them here.
What were you saying though, dude?
About gosh, you guys are on
the black licorice. And
you guys are unhinged. So Friday, April 14th, after this podcast is released, is National Perfume Day.
This guy, dude.
And I was curious if you guys have a go-to cologne that you guys, do you guys, when you throw on cologne, maybe guys aren't cologne guys. That's cool.
Okay. I'll tell you. I was a big cologne guy up until 25, 24.
Yep.
Then my wife started buying this, like the solid balm, the balm cologne.
Okay. Yep.
You put them on your wrists, your pulse points, and your neck and stuff.
Yeah.
And I haven't. That's the only stuff I'll ever use is like a balm cologne. But
Okay.
perfume sprays, no way, no chance.
Really? Yeah.
I like so my go-to is the Axe Phoenix body spray.
You still make that shit?
No, Axe Kilo, bro.
And I'll take a can. I'll just take a can of that and spray it on for 30 seconds.
I'm dumping that. I'm dumping a can
with the
Axe
bathroom
Kilo.
door closed, you get nice and screwed up.
Yeah.
If anybody's
Those
listening,
middle
don't do
school
that.
showers.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
Keep the door open when you're spraying cologne,
Yeah.
especially aerosols.
Axe Kilo.
Listen
No,
in
what's the other one? Axe.
Spray
Axe
myself down
chocolate.
with some Axe body spray.
I'm using BOD. BOD really ripped abs.
No, man.
Dude,
I don't-
BOD.
I don't-
Holy shit. I totally forgot about BOD. That stuff you could buy at the fucking, that's like a gas station rig there.
That's
Yeah,
cheap
I don't
thing.
use perfume. I don't use any of that shit. I just use deodorant.
Yeah.
That's all I
Interesting.
mean.
I guess we've never really talked about this.
What kind of deal stick you ripping?
I do enjoy. Oh, Tony just flushed the toilet. That's good. You clogged that or what?
Nope.
I hear
Dylan,
the handle jiggling, dude. That thing's clogged.
No, we're good.
You're an
We're
Old
good. We're good.
Spice guy, right?
I used to be an Old Spice guy, but I changed to it's like Dove
Mm.
Yeah.
deodorant.
Oh yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
Dove
it's like
Dove and Degree.
yeah, it's like good for your. It's not like bad for. It's not like really shitty for your skin. Because I was like starting to get like an outbreak in my fucking armpit sometimes from like all the chemicals and shit in it.
Yeah.
They got,
Old
they got
Spice.
Lumlum in it. Lumlum.
But the shit I have now, it smells really good and it doesn't fucking hurt my armpits.
I've been
Man.
using Harry's Stone.
Yeah,
Harry's-
I saw that in your shower when I was crashing at your house you, down on the Harry's game. They do
You
shave
were
cream
whacking off
too.
in my shower, weren't you?
Yeah,
Piece of
just
shit.
mixing up a batch.
Mixing a batch in my shower.
Distributing a little free literature.
I'm a big Harry's guy. Harry's is
Yeah.
a good brand.
So seeing as you clowns, maybe Tony's on the cologne game. I feel like
All right, I'm back.
Oh,
So that was great shit. Oh my god.
we missed you so much.
So what I will say is that when you've been eating healthy for a long time and you just like come and eat like a crazy Easter dinner and like a bunch of candy, that is not a good recipe. I've shit I think 4 times in the last like 2 hours.
really
Easter Sunday here, talking here. This is bad. This is really bad. But
This
it's
is-
not like, it's not burning yet. It's not burning yet. Which
okay.
Is good.
Yeah.
But
Didn't everything spicy?
I wanted to talk about the cologne for a long time. I don't have like a huge crazy take, but I have a bottle of cologne that I actually could probably show right now. That I haven't been like a huge
Adidas
cologne guy.
one.
And I know that Dylan
Dude.
made a really funny joke about Axe. That was hilarious. But I think it might be fucking Johnny Depp shit.
okay.
I have this
Is that the Sauvage Dior?
Sauvage Dior or whatever.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
Is that
I have
I beat the shit out of Amber Heard smell?
I've
She beat the shit out of him. What are you talking about?
I have
Is
I-
it poo in your bed?
I have I've had that for like 2 years now, and
Just-
I never use it because once you're in, Aaron, maybe this will ring true to you now, but
Yeah.
once you're married, and I know Aaron, you've been in a
What's the
relationship
point,
for a really
dude?
long
What's the
time.
point?
Yeah, Chris.
feel
Like,
like
what's
you
the
don't-
point? He doesn't even wash his balls.
You don't need. I feel like you don't need cologne when like you're married or with somebody, because like
I got
if
you.
they don't like it and they don't care, it's like why wear cologne? You know.
Exactly.
I don't-
'Cause I feel like
wear-
cologne is a big like Jersey Shore cabs it, you know, like
Dude,
you're going
there
out
co-
with the
yeah,
boys,
there comes
like
a point
you know,
where, there comes a point where you're just wearing a perfume and you're just like just
yeah, right. You drink Bud Light, yeah.
Oh my god!
I mean,
let me get through my cologne here before we go into Bud Light. Before we
Yeah.
crack a BL here, let's dial it one time.
that's my take. That's my take.
dude,
Two-
no,
two-
you're right though. Like
To set the record straight, I always wear deodorant.
no, oh yeah,
Right.
I
Dio-
don't
We
do like body spray.
shower and use body
Yeah.
wash.
We're
and
like
use
we're like
deodorant.
justifying it to the
Yeah.
listeners. Like, no,
Yeah.
we're not
We're not stinky
unclean
boys.
people.
We're not stinky boys.
Take a shower.
I'm just saying, like, dude, like, okay, like you're there comes a point where you're just spraying the junk on your body, like it's just a spritzer of like chemicals. You're like, what?
Yeah.
You don't need to hold the best advice I ever heard on cologne. I don't even remember who it was, but they said cologne should be discovered, not announced.
Yeah.
And that is a big thing. That's kind of what I don't grease myself up with it, but it's like a little extra thing on a date night, that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know where the fuck Tony went, but
What's yours,
think,
Tony?
I'm here.
Oh,
What's
okay.
yours, Aaron?
The thing is like for like in terms of male scent, like you can find things that go good with your body and with your pheromones, because there are things that go good with your body. And some people wear it, just like cover themselves in the cologne and it doesn't smell good, but you can buy like a simple moderate like a balm or like even a lotion that smells like kind of moderately good, and it will smell much better than anything you want to smell like. You know what I mean?
So, yes, I know what you mean. I know exactly what you mean. I've got
It's like less is more kind of deal.
correct. Should be discovered, not announced.
Yeah.
And this is like kind of out of left field, but there's some listeners that probably appreciate this. But I have a bottle of Dolce & Gabbana, the One Gentleman, and I've had this since senior year of high school or sooner.
Oh.
And I've used 3/4 of it maybe. And then I found I got like a sample pack for Christmas a couple years ago, and I found the Versace.
Little scratch and sniff.
Yeah, no, like the little, the actual
magazine
vials. And I found this, which is Versace for men. So that's like, I really like this one, and this is kind of what I go with. And it was just like a gift sort of thing. I was just like, yeah, I really like that, and it's like, Amelie likes it. I don't wear it every day. It's one of those things where I'm like, I'm going out. I'm going to be with her, interfacing with everybody. I'm going to be, hugging people, this, that.
Couple squirts.
Do you know, is it, I don't know if you've ever smelled this other one before, but is it as good or better than Sex Panther?
I've never smelled that cologne.
Here's one for you.
But if I did, I will give you an in-depth review.
I use one that's really good. It's called Axe Phoenix.
Just said that, Chris.
All right. So
the bod.
Yeah,
I like your bod. Really ripped abs.
One more national holiday.
$1.69 at the dollar store.
This comes in
$1.69 to get laid.
All right, one more national holiday, and we'll get to the nitty gritty here. April 15th, Saturday after this episode releases, is McDonald's Day.
Oh,
that's
a big day, actually.
So
we gotta do a mukbang.
Did you guys
gotta do a mukbang?
Did you guys see? So did you guys see that? Do you guys remember the Super Size Me?
Oh yeah.
So I guess there's I saw something over the weekend, and it was how that guy. I can't remember, because I remember watching that in high school.
Yeah,
but I saw some article saying that guy lied and was not truthful of his journey, and that he was not eating McDonald's every day.
He was a vicious alcoholic the whole time. He was like drinking like a liter of whiskey a day.
Way to interrupt.
Yeah, because
because
that's pretty much where I was going. He didn't like change, because like everyone had watched that, and if you eat McDonald's every single meal for every single day for however many days he did, 30 days, a month, whatever, 2 months, he didn't change physically. Like, he wasn't like a fat fuck after, which you would think somebody eating McDonald's every single day for that long would gain like a bunch of weight, but he didn't. So it was like they said that he lied about what he ate, and that he was drinking, like he was able to, because he would just drink and eat, like he was eating, maybe he was eating McDonald's like twice a day, but he was just like flushing it out with
12 pack of Budweisers, like they're just Budweiser in the McDonald's.
Well, he's getting shit house and then just drunkenly crushing Mickey D.
Because everyone was like at the time, oh my god, so you can eat McDonald's? You know, you can have the super size me meal even every single day for every meal and not gain. He was saying that his fucking like blood pressure and stuff was better after doing all that. It's like, okay, buddy.
Right. I'm having 2 quarter pounders.
What's your guys' order? If you have to,
two McChickens and a large fry.
Yeah. Nothing to wash down.
Two McChickens. Nope, just my water.
Okay.
So speaking of McChickens, so just very quickly, we went to the McDonald's here. Like we'll go like every now and then just to get some like ice cream or some random shit. But like we went one time and Kelly wanted to get a McChicken, and they straight up didn't fucking sell McChickens at that McDonald's. They were like, we don't sell those here. I was like, are you fucking kidding me, dude?
What? That's my favorite.
So the only thing they had, which like, you know, anyone else like wouldn't care, that they had a spicy McChicken. They didn't have a regular one.
Ooh, I do like the spicy.
So like that sounds pretty good.
But Kelly fucking hates spicy shit. So I was like, what the fuck? Like, you don't have a non-spicy one? They're like, no.
Oh man.
They said that they straight up don't sell them there anymore. I was like, all right.
Thanks, Fauci.
I will say a
Thanks,
Big
Obama.
Mac. A Big Mac is pretty fucking good though.
Oh yeah, Big Mac.
Oh my god.
Oh dude, so for real, my order. I mean, like fuck, I haven't went in a long time, but when I used to go, I would get a number one, so a Big Mac meal with fries with the fucking Coke, or either Coke or Sprite. I would mix it up, and then I'd get like one
Diet
or
Pepsi.
Yeah. And then I would say they don't sell
there,
Pepsi there.
dude. Rookie.
But then I would either get like 1 or 2 McDoubles. That was it.
Dude, that's fat boy shit. Getting a Big Mac and then 2 more burgers afterwards. I do that like even every time I go to, I don't know why. Every time I go to a fast food place, even if I don't extra sandwich or an extra burger.
Oh, he was. Sorry.
What?
Is Aaron dead? What happened to Aaron? Oh no, he's here. Okay, never mind.
I'm here.
All right. I'm sorry, Chris. You can continue.
Hardware. Yeah, let it rip, Chris.
I don't remember what I was saying.
McDonald's order.
You always order the 2 extra burgers.
Oh, I always get the 2 extra.
You have to.
Definitely. And then like shit. Like the go-to order for me, it depends. Because you can either go to order breakfast or go to order lunch.
That's a good point. Breakfast is. I'm talking like.
What about what's breakfast? What's breakfast
for me?
Yeah.
Yes.
I do 2 chicken biscuits with bacon and cheese.
Oh, interesting. I don't think I've ever had that before.
No hash brown, no HB.
Nothing else. It's $6 for 2 chicken biscuits, bacon and cheese. Get that.
For me, it has to be
thermos of coffee and my water. So
it has to be, for me at least, my opinion. It has to be an egg and cheese McGriddle.
Oh, fuck, dude.
Those are so fucking good. The pancake battered like buns. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, they're so.
Dude, I don't know. Something about those pancake battered buns. As soon as they touch my lips, I'm shitting like diarrhea.
Just grease.
I mean,
yeah, you're not wrong.
Any McDonald's you eat is probably gonna be the same way.
No, it's just the McGriddles for me. Nothing else does it.
Oh, it's so good, but you're so right. Immediate shits.
I love the. I'm a big sausage, egg, and cheese English muffin. That's what I go for. That's like the standard. Get it.
That's a go-to.
Comes with a hash brown. I'll usually order an additional hash brown and forgo the extra sandwich and all that stuff. And sandwich and a couple of hash browns, because those things, they perfected that. They have that dialed. There's nothing better. No other hash brown product from no other potato product from any other fast food, breakfast or not. Arby's curly fries maybe, but you're not getting that for breakfast. So.
Hey boys, I have to go. I love you guys. Episode 47. I love you, failures. Aaron, don't forget the voicemails. We couldn't play them tonight because obviously I'm away from my rig.
Push
but
that to next week.
The voicemails, yes, and you can say the number if you want, but it's going to be in the description of the episode. Okay.
Perfect.
All right. I love you guys. Love you, failures. Episode 47. I'm gone.
Bye. Bye, Aaron.
Goodbye.
Allahu Akbar.
So Tony's out.
All right, let's fuck this podcast up now that
Tony mentioned the voicemail 906-301-0061. Call it. It's going to go to voicemail. You're going to leave a voicemail. You're either going to shit on us, you're going to compliment us, you're going to leave us with the would you rather, hit us with the episode idea, this, that, and the other. Numbers in the description. Don't write it down if you're driving.
Yes.
We're not liable.
Buy, sell, trade. Call it in.
So enough about McDonald's. What's the angle on this Bud Light scheme here?
Dude, it's all bullshit. It's just a meme.
Well, it's definitely not me.
We got a Bud Light.
They're straight up fucking making those cans.
We got a Bud Light campaign.
Are they really?
Yeah, I've got a article from Newsweek here.
Show me a can.
So there's a person, 20-year-old. Oh, this is something else. Sorry. Essentially, long story short, there is a person who Bud Light chose to ride on the coattails of because of the amount of views that this individual is getting, and they are chronicling their transition from identifying as a man to a woman, and they are now a spokesperson for Bud Light. They're like a sponsored, I don't even know what they call them. But Kid Rock
did not like it. Kid Rock was Kid Not.
After calling everybody a snowflake, bought a bunch of Bud Light cans from Anheuser-Busch.
I don't know what he was. It looked like he was shooting an automatic 12 gauge at it.
Something, yeah. There was definitely like a
dragon's breath.
Yeah, like an incendiary round, and then he had like a long rifle in his hand. Shot up these cans that were set up on some sawhorses. I would assume here in Michigan, maybe not.
Someone said one of his band members was a trans member too for a long time.
So that happened, and now the tide is turning on Kid Rock because
he's just keeping it 100. You know, we the people. Let's go, Brandon. I mean.
So also Newsweek released an article that said a 20-year-old photo of Kid Rock drinking Bud Light next to a drag queen has resurfaced days after the musician repeatedly shot at Bud Light cases to protest a partnership with a transgender influencer. Dylan Mulvaney, a trans advocate who's obtained a large following due to her Day 365 of Girlhood video series on TikTok, shared a personalized Bud Light can with her face on it in commemoration of a 1-year anniversary since the beginning of the transition. And immediately it drew backlash against the beer brand and the parent company, and there's tons and tons and tons of people that are jumping on this bandwagon and looking at all the Anheuser-Busch brands, which there's a ton. If you look at the actual breakdown, there's a ton of beers that are produced by Anheuser-Busch. And people are like, we're not drinking this shit anymore. And it's a bummer that Tony's absent for this segment. But it is just absolutely hilarious. All of the social media backlash and people are like, I'm not drinking this shit anymore. It's like, you've been drinking this shit for 20 years. And suddenly somebody who you maybe don't agree with their lifestyle picks up a can and Bud Light, Budweiser, Anheuser-Busch promotes it. And suddenly you're just like, oh, I'm not going to be an alcoholic anymore of 20 years. Yeah. You're going to throw it down the drain.
God forbid someone tries to shove one of your beer cans up their ass. I mean, Jesus.
So I don't know if you guys, do you guys have any other weigh-ins on that?
I don't know. It's just crazy. It's just nuts. Like how you can boycott a beer brand or like just a brand alone because of who they choose to represent them It's just it's really I don't
Yeah,
know.
and I don't think it's a long-term thing. I think it was just like, maybe
I think
Anheuser-Busch jumping on the bandwagon a little bit here and trying to be more socially responsible, which a lot of brands do. I mean, during Pride Week, a lot of bands jump on that bandwagon, and then as soon as that month is over, they're just like, "Yep, whatever. Let's support rodeos and whatever else that beer brands support."
I think the biggest thing was the biggest one. I think the biggest thing in general about all this. I don't think it's like who's representing, the brand. I think it's like how, because like there's like people are like, well, this person. I think this person that did all this shit deserves it. Like, why does this person like come out of fucking nowhere, and like he's basically like the poster child of like Bud Light and all this other shit, and like just because like of like like I respect everyone obviously, but I'm just saying like I think it's like how like it all happened. Like people are, I think maybe not. I'm sure some people are mad at the fact that it's just a transgender person like being a part of Bud Light, which I'm sure there's those people, but I think the majority of people are just like pissed off of like how it was just like basically this random person. Because before this, I'm not like super like into social media or anything like that, but I've never heard of this person before.
Yeah,
any other shit.
So it's like
no idea.
So it's like what happened to like all these other like super like powerful women that probably deserve to be the face of like Bud Light. You know what I mean? Like
sure. That's a great point, and I think, like I said, I think it was it was Anheuser-Busch jumping on a bandwagon to seem presentable to the normal client, not the normal clientele. They were trying to reach outside of their normal clientele. That is, whoever drinks Anheuser-Busch
I understand.
products.
I don't really know more.
Races,
like I said, I understand the intention, but I think like the just the way they did it was probably not the correct way.
Yeah.
You're very good point.
Wasn't a slow build up or methodical.
I just think there's so many more people that would be deserving of like the attention rather than some random person.
Yeah.
And
like I mean like I like at the end of the day like, I
cooler
respect,
gay people.
like their decisions and stuff like that, but like I never like I just I don't know. I feel like people probably don't think that people
I would have thought like
don't deserve that shit.
a Caitlyn Jenner would have been pretty sweet. Like if you had like on the can like a side by side picture of like Bruce Jenner with all of his Olympic medals,
decorated Olympian,
and then like a side by side of like Caitlyn Jenner as a decorated woman.
Would have made more sense for sure.
Instead of done like so many other like different ways of doing it than just some random fucking TikTok or something.
Exactly. It was
I have no fucking clue who this person is.
Yeah, it seemed like it was a quick fix. For a boost.
I mean, the Lions are their football team. Like you could have used them. Like, come on.
The Lions are the Bud Light's football team. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, aren't they? Or is it Miller Lite?
I don't know. No, I'm not sure what the main sponsors are.
Regardless.
Yeah. Speaking of the Lions, dude,
a lot of good free agents picked up.
It's going to be interesting this year, and I don't have anything prepared. But Detroit sports teams are
starting to look a little better.
Yeah, the Red Wings they've been hot and not at the end of the season. Their last regular season their last regular season home game is I think Monday. I want to say is tomorrow. And they just been in and out of the shitter. Tigers, that's a whole nother.
Well, dude, they had Tampa, who's 7-0, 8-0 probably right now after tonight. And then they played the Stros, and then they played the Red Sox. So, I mean, you didn't really have a lot of good team. Like, it's just all lights out teams. Astros won the World Series last year.
Yeah.
What the fuck do you expect? So, but at the same time, they're making it like a big deal that it's Miguel Cabrera's last season.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's Miggy's last season, this and that. But I do think there's a lot of young hitters and a lot of young guys on the Tigers team that are anxious to play ball and score a lot of runs. So
Yeah.
I have a lot of hope. I really do.
And Miggy's been on his, like your dad said, he was there to put asses in seats, and now he's like admitted that this is gonna be it, and which I don't know. I think he's kind of phoned it in.
He'll probably play Venezuelan baseball for like another 10 years. After watching the World Baseball Classic and the way he played on the Venezuelan team, I'm like, yeah, this dude, he's either going to coach or be involved in it, and he's going to be a bajillionaire for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
But Javi Baez is batting a .080, so he's really doing good.
Yeah, I haven't watched got a chance to watch a game yet because all I hear is 0-12 fucking losses, and it'll be interesting to see how they kind of build it up. But I feel like the Tigers are a ways away from a World Series bid.
It's our year. It's always our year.
But let's see what else I have on here.
What else you got?
Really, all I had was the Kid Rock stuff.
That Kid Rock shit's funny. He fucking he blew all that shit up. I want to say it looked like, I don't know if you can find the video. It looked like he shot like 3 24 packs or something.
Yeah. Which he bought, he purchased.
Just imagine going to the store so pissed off. You buy 3 cases.
He walks in the 7-Eleven.
I mean, he probably,
where's the Bud Light at?
Like to be honest, like he probably has like beer in his fucking garage or something, right? Yeah. Or like a stockpile. Like he just doesn't like always go to the beer store, I'm sure, but
yeah,
he probably has that shit delivered to his house.
Well, dude, I'm sure Kid Rock
because he has like
sponsored by
parties
Bud
too.
Light.
He has like massive parties at his house too, but regardless, like you go through the trouble of carrying 3 cases of beer up this fucking hill just to shoot at, and then you have to clean it all up.
I'm not cleaning this bullshit up.
Oh my gosh.
Who's cleaning this shit up? I'm Kid motherfucking Rock. Clean these cans up. Gay ass beer cans.
Oh my gosh. It's unbelievable. But I guess
fuck Facebook.
Chris, you have a very good Kid Rock impression. When the We the People video came out, I forget what episode that was, but
that's what I'm saying. Fuck Fauci. Fuck Budweiser. Fuck Fauci. It's all fucking bullshit, man.
A Michigan native.
Yeah.
No, Michigan native.
I don't know how you go from like being like what I don't even like, was he a metal artist before? Like what would you consider his genre back then?
It was it was the early 90s new metal. Like the new metal thing is what he got big into, I think, with Limp Bizkit and Korn, and
he was lumped in, but it was still like,
it was still different.
Still like kind of like hip hop focused, and he had a little bit of country in there.
But then he like transitioned something, and he like kind of went towards like singing "Sweet Home Alabama," like that fucking song. Like it was like like really like pop rock.
Yeah, he I don't even know what you'd
primetime wiggerism.
Is it? I don't know what you'd put him in. What box you'd put him in as a genre? Like what?
Alternative, just where they throw everyone they don't know where the fucking put them. Just throw them an alternative.
Yeah, the alternative bin with Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah, you just get.
Yeah, no need.
Yeah, actually, funny story. I'm glad you mentioned Smashing Pumpkins. I actually won tickets to Smashing Pumpkins on the radio the other day, last week.
What?
Yeah, I was sitting down in front of these blinds that were on a patio door, and I was replacing the slats on them individually. And I had my radio next to me in my tool bag. I have like a portable radio that I plug one of my drill batteries into. And I was sitting there like, hey, it's the top of the hour. It was like at the end of the work day. It was like 4:00. And they're like, yeah, we're going to let's give these Smashing Pumpkins tickets away. Call this number. And my phone was sitting next to me as well. And I was like, oh shit, I got a second. So I picked up my phone real quick and I just spam dialed the number. And I've called for tickets before. And, they're like, oh, call the number 14. And I called, and then I like spammed it, get the voicemail every time, or get the, this number is disconnected, whatever it is. And I a couple times I've hit like, oh, they pick up and they're like, nope, you're caller 11, and they hang up because they're waiting for caller 14 or whatever. This time I called and kept getting it, and I hit it one time and it rang, and I was like, hold on, are they gonna say like, you're not the caller number 9 or whatever? And then sure as shit, Tommy Carroll, this is 97.9 GRD, the radio show that, or the radio, the whatever it is, the radio number, the fucking that does free beer and hot wings. Tommy Carroll, the afternoon host, picks up. He's like, "Hey, this is this is Tommy from 97.9. How you doing?" And I'm like, I was like, I'm great. What's what's up? He's like, you just won Smashing Pumpkin tickets, and I was like, all right, like people are like, yeah, freaking out. I was like, awesome.
You're like,
he's like, what's your name? And I gave him my name, and he's like, so who you taking? And I was like, oh, I got a buddy, one of my good friends who runs River City Studios here in Grand Rapids. He's the biggest Smashing Pumpkins fan in the world. And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna call my buddy Austin and figure out, because Amelie doesn't like Smashing Pumpkins, she doesn't even know who they are. So and he's like, well, are you in a band? And I was like, I was. Like I didn't have anything to say. I wasn't gonna promote the podcast on the radio. I should have, but I don't know if they would have cut it.
Weird. I guess
so yeah, I got September. It's like a fucking Wednesday in the middle of September. Tickets at Pine Knob, which is an outdoor amphitheater in Detroit. So,
dude, that's awesome.
Smashing Pumpkins, I guess. Which
hopefully they play mayonnaise.
I don't know what they're gonna. They just released a new album, so who knows what they'll play. They're an artist that has to play their old stuff too. There'll be they'll play a couple of singles and off the new album, but it'll be a lot of the old stuff, which is good, because
it's like you almost have to play the old stuff, because like you don't want to just like make people come to listen to other new shit that no one knows. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like all the old nostalgic shit.
Oh yeah, they'll play a ton of that, which is cool. So, and I don't know if radio tickets are good seats typically or good.
About to find out.
I guess so. In September, I got it sitting in my inbox here.
That's pretty badass though.
But kind of weird. I don't think I've ever won anything on the radio.
That's cool as hell that you called in. I've always thought about doing that, or like I've just been too scared to call in.
I don't know though. It's a radio station I listen to almost every day. So I just like every time they're like, oh, we're giving out tickets, and I hear the people that are like freaking out, like whatever. Oh, I'm from here. I'm from wherever. Like I live, like half a mile from where they record Free Beer and Hot Wings on their, where they broadcast 97.9 from, and it's syndicated all over. Nick listens to it in Nashville. Like people hear about it all over the place, and they do live radio broadcasts from venues all across the U.S. And so
yeah, they got a show coming at the Island Resort in Bark River.
Oh, really?
Coming up here in April.
That's awesome. They do one downtown here, not in the obviously studio, but they do it in a venue, and it's like just Free Beer and Hot Wings live. I think they do one. Their live show here is the day before Thanksgiving, and it's at like it's the morning show. So they're selling beers at this venue at like 6 a.m. when these guys start, and people are just at the live show getting fucked up in the morning during the morning show. So those are always cool episodes to listen to.
And the hosts are completely stone cold sober the whole time.
Oh yeah, they're just like drinking coffee and button up shirts, just like
fucking idiots getting hammered listening to us.
That's a good show though. Very cool to have.
Yeah, very great, dude. I've been listening to that show for, I don't know, for people who aren't familiar with a show called Free Beer and Hot Wings, you can find it on I find it on my local channel, which is 93.1.
They syndicate it out from the gotcha.
But you can only get it in the east end of the UP, or like closer to Menominee or Marinette or Wisconsin. You can't get it in any other parts of the UP.
Gotcha. You can also go online and find it, which is so funny to promo a radio show. But
I mean, if you've ever listened to like old time like Car Talk radio, like if you ever listen to Car Talk and shit like that, it's like radio that's actually radio that. I don't know. It's like a lot of shit has veered away from that, and I don't know. It's funny. It's very funny.
Yeah.
I mean, some of it's mainstream and a little catchy and corny, and they do the national holidays, but we do that shit too. So whatever.
All right. Well, this has been episode 47. We're damn near at an hour. So if you guys got any last
damn near to episode 50.
Yeah, getting close.
Episode
50 will be big, but episode 51 will be fucking sweet. I'll have to do some alien shit for episode 51.
Oh yeah.
Beat the alien, the dead alien horse again.
Boing.
No, you guys have a good rest of your night. You guys work tomorrow?
Oh yeah.
You gotta work tomorrow.
Working for the man.
Have fun fucking working tomorrow.
Well, for all you failures out there listening, this has been episode 47 of Failure at its Finest Hour. Hit us up on Twitter at FaithHour. Send us an email.
Hit the voicemail up.
The voicemail. Voicemail is in the description. Do that sort of thing. Find us on YouTube.
What do you got? Crazy story. You got a confession. And
confessions are huge.
Those are funny. What appliance repair? Aaron, you could give out appliance. Call us for anything.
If you need help with your shit, just call us, and we'll either point you in the direction
or shit fucked up.
Give you some suggestions.
Give us a call.
All right.
Have a good night.
Good night.
Thanks for listening to Failure at its Finest Hour. Thanks for listening to Failure at its Finest Hour.
God damn it, Aaron, you're fucking delayed, dude. It's pissing me off.
Just restart the whole thing.
It's pissing me off.
Just restart the whole thing.
You're not talking, so I go to talk.
Thanks for listening to Failure at its Finest Hour.
You got a tonsil stone, dude?
Oh. Dude, don't. He's not talking about this.
I ain't talking about it, dude. We ain't going to the stones.
Chris.
We ain't getting stoned tonight.
Thanks for listening to Failure at its Finest Hour.
Oh man, when you're 8 beers in and someone pulls out pickled eggs.
Yeah, forget it, dude. Fuck. minimum a 6-pack of eggs.
Thanks for listening to Failure at its Finest Hour.
Cousin subs, which is so good. Which I don't know if they were started
out of you and Trout Crip.
Thanks for listening to Failure at its Finest Hour. Thanks for listening, you beautiful son of a bitch. Thanks for listening to Failure at its Finest Hour. Thanks for listening to Failure at its Finest Hour.
God damn it, Aaron, you're fucking delayed, dude. It's pissing me off.
Just restart the whole thing.
It's pissing
Just
me
restart
off.
the whole thing.
You're not talking, so I go to talk.
Thanks for listening to Failure at its Finest Hour.
You got a tonsil stone, dude?
Dude, don't. He's not talking about this.
I ain't talking about it, dude. We ain't going to the stones.
Chris.
We ain't getting stoned tonight.
Thanks for listening to Failure at its Finest Hour.
Oh man, when you're 8 beers in and someone pulls out pickled eggs.
Yeah, forget it, dude. Fuck. minimum a 6-pack of eggs.
Thanks for listening to Failure at its Finest Hour.
Cousin subs, which is so good. Which I don't know if they were started
out of you and Trout Crip.
Thanks for listening to Failure at its Finest Hour. Thanks for listening, you beautiful son of a